Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, welcome back to Kaiserreich. We are playing as the Russian Socialist Republic. Currently, Maria Spiridonova is in charge. We'll see how long that lasts. Maybe a long time. We're currently engaging in some volunteerism. We'll see how long that lasts. Yeah, our current plan in Indochina is to chill in Saigon and prevent that from being captured. Other than that, you know, we mostly just want the Reds to win in China. What? What is happening? Oh, Civil War. Right, I remember that. Duly noted. Mechanical computing. Okay. It's 36 still. We probably should get better train. Yes? Yes? Alright, let's do that. It's been a little bit since I've played this. Okay, that changes nothing, honestly. I mean, it might actually make things a little easier, because it shrinks the front. I can deprioritize fighting the Ukrainians and prioritize smashing down into Germany. Yeah. We'll see how this goes. Divisions have arrived in Catalonia. Okay. Rodion Melanovsky. Oh, it's so it's so fun that I'm like, I know that name. I've been, by the way, re-listening to the Russian Revolutions podcast. The Revolutions podcast series on Russia. I'm gonna prioritize fighting the Kingdom of Spain. I think it is in our best interest to fight in the south. I have also read some posts talking about how fighting works. For example, we're looking at the importance of combat width. For example, I am not filling this combat width. That's because I literally don't have enough divisions to do so. But combat width is important. You want to fill up your combat width as much as possible. Okay. For example. Yeah. There we go. I mean, this follows pretty reasonably from the principle of... Oh, man, I am attacking with no organization whatsoever. Yeah, see, they have more combat width than we do. Or equivalent. Okay, that's irrelevant to us. Oh, left KMT, things are going poorly. Yeah, our fighting strength is bad. Alright, Xinjiang click eruption to failure. Because we don't have enough equipment. Let's see. Yeah, we're running into the problem where we have, like, no organization. So we should probably wait to regenerate our organization before we launch any stupid attacks. Well, there we go. Hey, the Germans are here. Oh, they really are here. The Germans are very here. Yeah, our supply situation is less than ideal. We really do need to make more... Yeah. By the way, this is the right strategy. We really need to get rid of some of these debuffs, to be honest, my man. We're gonna retreat. ANI overthrows Italian government. Okay. Good for them. Oh dear. The business elite flee! Russia's always had a minority of urban-dwelling German expats already from the days of Yekaterina the Great, and their number has only grown in the 1920s as many German or Austrian industrial conglomerates moved their engineers and other technical experts to oversee their factory building in places like Moscow, Petrograd, or Ekaterinburg. This did bring Russia sorely leading expertise that was utilized in projects such as the ELRO electrification program. As expected, many of these people are now fleeing Russia, and the factories operated by them are being nationalized or put into the hands of a Russian company. While some of the experts have continued working under new management, the majority of them have fled Russia, fearing anti-German sentiment and violence. Good riddance. That's less than ideal, as our industrial problems are getting worse. This is the problem with class wars. Some members of these classes actually do stuff. Tariffs. We're not there yet. Oh dear. Oh, that's, you know. Foreign expertise flees. Yikes. As fears over nationalization looms stronger over foreign capitalists in Russia, they've been fleeing in droves. At the same time, the German government has been offering significant benefits for companies who relocate everything out of Russia, including many skilled workers like engineers. This will hurt us in the short term, but in the long term, it's what we've been aiming for anyway. And don't come back. Yeah, alright. Even fewer. Million. Alright. The last chapter. Savinkov is dead, and the security apparatus is in shambles. Improvised People's Guards have taken control of the majority of cities and railways, supported by defected military units. There's been harsh fighting in places where Svobodnik loyalist officers managed to keep order. And Pavosk, Gubiera, and Dvinsk, many peasants rallied behind the Svobodnik battalions, but they could only resist for a week. In the Kuban region, Atman, Krasnov, and a large segment of local garrisons tried to organize resistance, but were stopped near Rostov. The Lipetsk Oryol region saw some heavy fighting, as did Volgoda, where local Svobodniks organized guerrilla resistance with loyalist peasants. Russia is bleeding, but it only has minor scars. The majority of people have welcomed the change of regime with apathy. After all, it cannot be worse than the SCRS. Some are even hopeful, and in the cities especially, there's been a great celebration. Thousands of political prisoners have been returned to their families, one by one. Governors and generals are declaring loyalty to the provisional government, or at least announcing non-resistance to it, which, yeah, I'll take it. The Vizod is gone, and now the people are vengeful. Hundreds of SZRS party members and loyalists have been lynched or summarily executed by the people's militias. Especially hated are the Svobodnik police officers, and the so-called police murders have been rocking our nation. Men from Moscow's workers' union have stormed the headquarters of the Okhrana, and director Klepikov was hanged from a flagpole. Even more people have been imprisoned and rounded up in improvised prisons, often literally turning prison guards into prisoners in their own camp. While much of the violence is no doubt deserved, it's still worrying how widespread these acts have become. What stance should we adopt toward the Svobodniks? No mercy for the Svobodniks. Work will wash away their sins. I think that's probably better. Ooh, the extra stability is nice. Work will wash away their sins, I think. Alright. People's security apparatus. We need some security. The attempted reactionary coup against the inauguration of People's Rule is just the beginning. Even if they know they cannot hope to try it again, they will still attempt to bring down the Republic with other means. To counter their efforts, security services will be reorganized into the All-Russian State Political Directorate, or the VGPU, headed by the elusive Yakov Blumkin. Alright, Yakov. Alright. Let's see here. Nationalization. What do we need in terms of resources? We have a lot of everything except for rubber, it would seem. Ooh. A little bit more and we can acquire the Buchhaltung und Kreditbank. It removes political power. Nice. Yeah, I think we should do that. That seems like a good idea. Things are going not well. Though we did retreat. I'm going to pull back towards Woohoo. as is my want. I don't know how many times I've said that sentence. China-Reich, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. That's not good. That's actually fine. Gonna chill here, you know. Let my forces reinforce. See how we're doing in Spain. Alright. I'm gonna try a breakout towards Granada. Will this work? Who could say? I don't know. We got basic armor protection. That seems good. Do I want big tanks? And I cannot lie. We want logistics companies. Dude, there's so many options. This is like giving me analysis paralysis to the large degree. Alright. I don't know. We'll probably want to upgrade that at some point. Keep going. How are we doing over here? I don't like the situation. I'm going to try to swoosh in to cut these guys off here. Oh, wow, we got beat. I'm gonna move here again. Alright, well, that plan didn't work. Okay. I mean, we are holding the line, which is, like, nice, but... Holding Woohoo seems good. Seems strong. I don't like the pressure going on here. Oh, did we cross the line? Yeah, we did. Okay, so we're going to acquire the credit bank. Let's see. That will get rid of the Black Monday effect, which is nice. We don't need more economic debuffs. That would be bad. Alright, that plan was so not working. It's incredible how much it's not working. Look at that slow retreat. Alright, we got the People's Security Apparatus. Calm down. Oh. This is actually pretty straightforward. More armor, or even more armor and less speed. More hardness. I feel like maxing out armor and hardness, even at the cost of speed and reliability, probably is good, but entrenchment is really good. And it doesn't have a penalty or require that I make a decision, so... You know, let's do that one. Oh, we're apparently under threat in Indochina. Well, threat's a strong word. Correct the course of history. With their power returned from the proletarian dictatorship, and the proletarian dictatorship restored, delegates from the Soviets, joined by representatives of the trade unions, are gathering in Petrograd to discuss the future of the revolution and of all Russia. The various factions vying for power and influence, the debate will be fierce and long. Oh boy. Do I want to do that? Could, rehabilitate the Red Army quickly. The Red Army is not a tragedy. It was a good attempt that didn't go quietly into the night. While some of the establishment officers disliked the Red Emigres, it's unquestionable we need their conviction and expertise if we're to win the final war. Bring those Red Army guys back. Alf Landon is president. The establishment broke with America. Now they think they can fix it? I don't know. What's left KMT doing? Let's join in this assault. are the anarchists doing? Yikes. Alright. You wanna, like, wait? Oh, no, that attack is pointless. This attack, 20 days is not good. Even if it is green, it's not necessarily a sign that we are succeeding. Let's see. Naval Command. We took base strike. Oh, man. Sure. Interesting. I think probably instilled aggression is still good. And a legacy of Admiral Ushakov. Ooh. Research speed is nice. Carrier design at some point. Probably want to just get the XP gain at this point. At this point. Alright. I'm going to try doing this. Sure. Research? Good. Research good. It's 37, so time to get construction. Okay. The Russian Communist Party. The old Bolsheviks have established themselves as a political party in Russia under the direction of Yakov Sverdlov and Mikhail Frunze. Their electoral prospects remain to be seen, but Frunze's rally in Petrograd met with great interest. There he hailed the Russian people in the sacred city of the revolution and showed absolutely no remorse nor regret about past events. He talked at length about what he and his comrades had learned of the nature of communism while on their travels, in the phalansteries of New France, the fierce battles of Red Birmingham, and the steppes of Patagonia. All of this had inspired the new political program of the Russian Communist Party of Bolsheviks, titled What Is to Be Done. It paints a picture of a false revolution, one where liberals and capitalists still remained at large, wearing double faces in their so-called workers' delegations, the Champagne Socialists in the Duma, and in their literary clubs, who spent the past 20 years hiding like rats inside the Social Democratic Party, are estranged from true socialism. And Spiridonova, her party has fought, yes, but the Petrograders should not think for a second that she cares about them more than about her precious peasantry. Only Lenin cared for you then, and only his followers care for you still. Interesting. Now, how are things going in Spain? Time to victory. Less than a day. I don't know if that... 14 days. There we go. 13 days. That's winnable. This is winnable. Oh, not as winnable anymore. Still, might be winnable. Believe we can do it. Okay, more war. Ooh, that's bad. War between Hui and Buddhists. The Western Fire moves east. The Reformed Bolsheviks. Not all Bolsheviks care for Sverdlov's party. Many of the former Bolsheviks have joined the VST and formed under its left wing under the guidance of Lev Kamenev. Kamenev, who avoided the death penalty after the war and remained in prison for a decade, became perhaps the most influential former Bolshevik in post-revolutionary Russia, coming with the theoretical framework for the future of Russian communism. The All-Russian Union of Labor arguably exists because of Lativsky's and Kamenev's attempts to reforge the RSDRP, Russian Social Democratic Labor Party, of old and bridge the Bolshevik-Menshevik gap. The other brand of Bolshevik in the VST are opportunists like Grigory ZINOVIEV. ZINOVIEV already broke with Sverdlov in 1931 over disagreement on revolutionary tactics, and his short-lived Russian Communist Workers' Party, RKTP, essentially fused with the VST left wing. Zinoviev and Kamenev may have made the same decision to break with the legacy of Lenin, but even within the VST's left faction, they occupy different positions. As for the Bolsheviks, have had little success in restoring their former glory. Instead, Sverdlov's position has come under threat within a party that's become increasingly a place for radical officers. Mikhail Frunze, who is that kind of person, is now out gunning for party leadership and will have an easier time challenging Sverdlov. Keep an eye on that ZINOVIEV. Ah, ZINOVIEV. Rip to that guy. But I'm different. Am I, though? Alright, either way, I'm going to declare an end to this episode. And see you in the next one. Bye-bye.